The Art of Thoughtful Disagreement. Good morning/afternoon, everyone. I want you to think about a conversation you had recently where you felt truly heard, even if you weren't ultimately agreed with. Now, think about the last time a disagreement felt like a war, where the goal wasn't understanding, but victory. In today's world, we are surrounded by disagreement, online, at the dinner table, and in the workplace. Yet, our ability to disagree well seems to be vanishing. We treat every difference of opinion as a personal attack, making our relationships weaker and our collective discussions shallower. But disagreement doesn't have to be destructive. It can be a powerful engine for growth, innovation, and deeper connection. Learning to disagree thoughtfully is not just a soft skill. It is a vital tool for success and sanity. Today, let's explore the art of thoughtful disagreement through 3 simple, transformative principles. 1. Separate the person from the position. The most common mistake we make is confusing a person's argument with their identity. When someone challenges your idea, your brain instantly perceives it as a threat to you. The moment that happens, your goal switches from solving a problem to defending yourself. The principle: you must train yourself to see the argument as a separate entity. Their disagreement is with the idea you presented, the data you cited, or the method you proposed, not with your intelligence, integrity, or worth. The action: start your response with a simple acknowledgement that validates the speaker, even if you refute their point. Use phrases like, "I appreciate you raising that concern," or "That's a critical perspective. Let me explain why I see the data differently." This small moment of validation lowers their emotional defenses and keeps the conversation focused on the topic. 2. Argue for clarity, not for victory. When you enter a disagreement with the sole intention of winning, you've already lost the opportunity to learn. Thoughtful disagreement has a different purpose: to clarify and refine the truth. Think of a disagreement not as a tennis match where you try to hit the ball out of bounds, but as a joint effort to build the best possible structure. If your partner points out a flaw in the foundation, they aren't trying to tear the whole building down. They are trying to prevent it from collapsing later. The principle: seek the steel man of their argument. Instead of attacking the weakest, least charitable interpretation of their words, the straw man, restate their case in its strongest, most compelling form, and then respond to it. Say, "If I understand your primary concern is X because of Y, is that correct?" This forces you to genuinely listen, proves to them you heard them, and shows that you respect their point of view enough to take it seriously. It transforms the interaction from an adversarial debate into a collaborative search for the best outcome. 3. Define the non-negotiable endpoint. Not all disagreements can be resolved with a handshake and a compromise. Sometimes the goal isn't agreement, but simply moving forward with respect. You need to know when to pivot from debating a topic to deciding on an action. The principle: thoughtful disagreements require knowing when the conversation has served its purpose. If you've explored all angles, if all data has been presented, and you still can't agree, the conversation must transition to a resolution method, whether that's escalating to a leader, agreeing to a compromise, or deciding to disagree and commit. The action: state the resolution clearly. We've spent 20 minutes on this and clearly see the risks differently. Given the deadline, I will proceed with option A, but I promise to track the metrics you highlighted. If your risk appears, we'll shift immediately. This honors the process, makes a decision, and shows respect by integrating their feedback into the monitoring plan. Conclusion: the greatest inventions, the strongest marriages, and the most successful teams are not defined by the absence of conflict, but by the mastery of it. The art of thoughtful disagreement is simply this: be harder on the idea and softer on the person. If we can remember to separate the person from the position, to argue for clarity rather than victory, and to establish respectful, non-negotiable endpoints, we can turn conflict from a liability into our greatest asset. Let us all commit to building bridges of understanding, one thoughtful disagreement at a time. Thank you.